Hi, this is Jackie Barrett-Poindexter, owner of Career Trend. I am launching my first ever video newsletter, and I appreciate you joining me. I'm going to keep it short and sweet so that you'll join me again next time. So I would like to cover a couple of topics. First, I'll start out though by just telling you a little bit more about myself for those of you who don't know. I started Career Trend 20 years ago in 1997. This is my 20th year, so I'm kind of celebrating with a new way of doing things here. So I had been in the corporate world for a number of years. Really learned a lot about marketing and PR and so forth, and have a writing degree and a writing and journalism degree. So I took all that and I decided to do my own thing, and that included writing for individuals and businesses. In the first year of business, I was hired by Career Trend to work with their clients. I really loved it. So when a year later they offered to sell me their business, I took it. So fast forward 20 years later, I'm still here. I've learned so much. Things have changed so much, especially in the last 10 or so years with the internet, social media, and so forth. So I'd like to share with you a couple of more real current thoughts on what's happening in the industry and in the career world, and hoping these thoughts might help you stimulate some thoughts for you. So last month we talked about LinkedIn, and I was sharing my thoughts about how LinkedIn is secondary really to the resume, and the resume is the foundation. I still believe that, but here's what's kind of morphed, or what's changed a bit. I've been thinking about this for the last couple of years, and kind of had not an epiphany, at least some amendments to my thinking. And one of them is that LinkedIn actually can be, in some instances, more important in the initial phase of the process of your search. So if you don't have a great LinkedIn, or at least a really good, solid LinkedIn presence, you may miss out on some opportunities. And it may be something that would have really been good for you. So if you have you're hanging out there and you have your name and a few titles, that's great that you started. But if there is someone that is really wanting to have an agile way of selecting a handful or just a couple of key candidates, and you don't have a way to be found, or at least when they do find you, there's nothing there, they may or may not go further. So I don't want you to miss out. And I'm hearing this from executive recruiters who are using LinkedIn as their primary conversation starter. And I don't mean just to ask for the resume. They're looking there to see components of your resume popping off, coming off of the page there. And sometimes they'll just look past. I've seen business owners who really engage through LinkedIn to engage the initial candidate and then ask for the resume, but they may not ask for it as quickly. And I've had clients who, once we got their LinkedIn pumped up, really magnified their value on there, that they increased the opportunities for conversations. So I think that's really important, and it's kind of a change of heart that I've had. And I just think it's just as important. Really, I mean, you don't ever want to not have the resume be equally laid out, equally presented, but you do want that LinkedIn to be meaty as well. And use that summary section. That summary section is often ignored, and it's an opportunity to use it to build a narrative, and make sure that narrative includes more than just a few facts. It should have a little bit of personality, and recruiters are telling me they like to see that as well. The second thing I wanted to talk about was resume brief. And this is the final topic too that I'll talk about today. So the resume brief is something I'm working with more with clients, and it can either be at the front end, the back end, or even the middle of the process of a process of searching or interviewing. It's really not, maybe it's something that we've done before, packaged a little differently, but the reason I'm talking about it is, again, everyone talks about short attention spans and all of that. Well, you need the longer resume because at the executive level, because you need to have more context. You do need that one-page brief, whether it be as an initial calling card or midway through the process where someone on the board or one of these senior, maybe the one that's actually going to hire you, that you're going to work directly with or for, wants a snapshot before they dive into the details. And so the one-page brief I'm finding is becoming more popular or more needed lately. So that's it for today. I just wanted to talk about LinkedIn, the resume brief, a little bit about myself. Please feel free to visit me at my new LinkedIn. I just revamped it, also in honor of just this new way of communicating, at Master Resume Writer. That's my URL for LinkedIn. If you want to, if you don't have it, customize your LinkedIn URL, send me a note and I'll send you some brief instructions I have on hand already that show you how to do that yourself. All right, I hope to see you again next time. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Thank you.